How many security vehicles does it take to escort one Duchess? If you're Meghan Markle, 4. The Duchess of Sussex was taken to the Broadway show Gypsy on Thursday night with 3 SUVs and an unmarked police car. Page 6 has learned that Markle, 43, hired former Secret Service agents as part of her private security detail and that the unmarked vehicle, which belonged to the New York Police Department, had 2 intel detectives inside of it. We're told the controversial Royal rode in one of the SUVs and the other 2 were decoys empty save for drivers, which could have been used to send awaiting photographers on wild goose chases throughout NYC. A paparazzi source tells Page 6 that the Duchess's security measures are absolutely abnormal, totally over the top and excessive. Taylor Swift usually has 2 cars, her car that she's in and a security car with her team, the insider says, and if she's going somewhere, she has a separate car on site with her team already there, but they don't travel together. The Pap source notes that other A-listers like Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, Beyoncé and Rihanna all travel with 1 car unless they are with family, then they allot for 2, but no one gets police escorts. Meghan is out of control and over the top, and it's ridiculous if the city is paying for this, the source opines. And if NYPD was not on duty, then they shouldn't be allowed to run lights. Somebody's got to be paying for it. However, a second source tells Page 6 that just because most stars don't utilize NYPD's services doesn't mean they can't, as any celeb's head of security can ask for protection if necessary. It's something that can be made available based on the threat assessment and the circumstances of where they're going and what they're doing, the second insider explains. Although one NYPD officer was spotted in uniform beside Markle, our second source speculates the local precinct already had that particular cop posted where the Duchess was going to control pedestrian traffic. Page 6 has reached out to a spokesperson for the NYPD and Markle's rep for comment on the extravagant security measures but did not immediately hear back. The 4-car motorcade first followed the former Suits star to an early dinner at Ralph Lauren's Polo Bar, where she met up with friends. Prince Harry was not in town, as he was visiting Ukraine. Markle, who wore a black button-up blouse and houndstooth pencil skirt for the fun outing, then made her way to the theater district, where she caught the revival of Gypsy at the Majestic Theater. Although the With Love, Meghan's star was ushered out by the venue's security and her own bodyguards, we're told she was able to remain largely low-key and go unnoticed by fellow theatergoers. Markle and Harry, 40, have been vocal in the past about feeling unsafe in New York City. In May 2023, a source claimed to Page 6 that the couple was extremely upset and shaken following what their rep described as a near-catastrophic car chase with paparazzi. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers, their publicist claimed at the time. While being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety. However, multiple sources cast doubt on Markle and Harry's version of the events at the time, with a high-ranking NYPD source telling the Post that there had been no collision reports or 911 calls and that the chase definitely wasn't 2 hours. One eyewitness even placed blame on the Royals team, telling Page 6 exclusively they were mocking the Paps, provoking them. You expect that kind of thing from security for rappers or whatever, but with good security, which this should be, you expect them to be similar to Secret Service. These security egged on the Paps. The Sussex's rep slammed the notion that the ordeal had been drummed up for publicity. Respectfully, considering the Duke's family history, one would have to think nothing of the couple or anybody associated with them to believe this was any sort of PR stunt, publicist Ashley Hansen said at the time, referring to Harry's mother Princess Diana's death in a 1997 paparazzi chase. Since then, Harry has also stepped up his security when visiting Manhattan. In September 2024, the Spare author was seen arriving at a tattoo shop flanked by several bodyguards and 2 NYPD cars to shoot a video with singer Jelly Roll.